Welcome back to The Explainer. Today, we're grabbing a magnifying glass and pointing it right at the true engine of effective leadership and team momentum. We so often get completely caught up in this idea that to be a great leader, you've got to be the smartest person in the room. You've got to constantly speak in these intricate riddles or map out wildly convoluted strategies. But what if that traditional narrative is just entirely backwards? What if true leadership actually requires stripping away all that noise to reveal something that's profoundly basic, yet unbelievably effective? Let's get into why simplicity is actually the ultimate leadership superpower.
Okay, let's dive into this. Does leadership actually require big words? I mean, we've all suffered through those meetings, right? The ones where someone is just hiding behind a wall of dense corporate jargon. We kind of fall into this trap of equating complexity with competence. We assume that, hey, if a plan is super hard to understand, it must be brilliant. We create this total illusion of depth. But honestly, in reality, complexity is often just a hiding place. It's a way to obscure a lack of clear direction or even a way to avoid accountability. So it's really time we challenge the very foundation of how we communicate when we're the ones in charge.
There's this really striking contrast in how we can approach leading our teams. That traditional jargon-heavy archetype, sure, it looks super impressive on paper, but in practice, it acts as a massive bottleneck for any group of people trying to actually get things done. If you think complexity equals good leadership, think again. Because when you pivot to a relentless focus on what actually matters, you're not dumbing things down for your team. Not at all. You're elevating the core mission so that everyone can plainly see it. This shift, moving away from complex plans and toward absolute clarity, it literally fundamentally changes the entire way a team operates.
Just think about what physical clutter does to a workspace. It slows you down, it makes you trip over things, it completely obscures your vision. Well, cognitive clutter does the exact same thing to a team. As a leader, your absolute primary job is to clear the path. When you decisively cut the clutter, you drastically reduce decision fatigue. It's this single, conscious choice that shifts the whole operational dynamic from sluggish to streamlined, and it enables your team to focus all their mental energy on actual problem solving rather than, just trying to decipher what you meant in your last email. So, here is exactly how that domino effect of simplicity plays out in real time. Step 1, set simple goals. Because they're crystal clear, they lodge right into everyone's working memory. You don't need to consult some 100-page manual or a convoluted spreadsheet just to figure out what the daily target is. And the absolute best part, your team can actually smash them. Clear goals allow your team to channel their collective energy into aggressive execution. They aren't burning valuable calories just trying to figure out what the target is even supposed to be. They just see it and they smash it. And the undeniable result of all that clarity? Speed. Let's just pause and really absorb that counterintuitive truth for a second. Speed in execution isn't born from artificial urgency. It doesn't come from yelling at people to hurry up or making them work grueling hours. It is born directly from the absence of friction. When you eliminate the confusion by cutting the clutter, momentum just naturally takes over. People don't have to stop and ask for directions every 5 minutes because the road ahead is perfectly, abundantly clear. Your team moves faster. Period. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is how it maps out this direct cause and effect relationship. Clear communication instantly translates to fewer mistakes, which means, you guessed it, more wins. And by keeping things simple, you're actually fundamentally shifting the psychological state of your team. They start operating with this unshakable confidence instead of constant hesitation. And guys, this is huge. Confidence is the high-octane fuel for high performance. Confusion, on the other hand, that's the brakes. A team that knows exactly what to do is always going to outperform a team that is constantly second-guessing the strategy.
So how do we actually apply this in the real world? Well, the mandate is simple. Ditch the jargon and keep it clear. Seriously, instead of telling your team to synergize cross-functional deliverables, just tell them to finish the marketing report. It's that simple. I really challenge you to adopt this streamlined approach the very next time you step into a leadership role. Just pause before you speak and ask yourself, am I actually helping my team understand the objective here, or am I just trying to sound smart? Choose clarity over ego, every single time.
And this brilliantly illustrates the core message. It all boils down to this fundamental truth. In leadership, simplicity isn't just smart, it's powerful. Taking a complex problem and distilling it down into a simple, highly actionable plan, that is absolutely not a sign of weakness. In fact, it takes true mastery of a subject to be able to explain it simply to others. It's basically the ultimate flex of a truly capable leader. It's the defining line between being just a mere manager and being a visionary who can actually align a team toward a singular, unified purpose.
We've seen how cutting the cognitive clutter creates just incredible speed.
We've seen how simple communication breeds unshakable confidence rather than paralyzing confusion, and we know for a fact that clear, simple goals are the ones that actually get smashed. So, as we wrap up this explainer today, I want to leave you with a real challenge. What jargon will you ditch today? Really think about it. Start simplifying your words. Choose profound clarity over illusionary complexity. And then, just sit back and watch your team's momentum absolutely soar.